Hi, I'm Naomi from the Academy of Fitness. I'm now going to conduct an exercise program for a 50-year-old female using free weights and body weights. It is an endurance training program. She has been previously screened as low risk. Hi Karen.
Hi.
We're going to start the warm-up now. So what I'll get you to do is just start spinning the pedals. Fantastic. You can increase the resistance just by turning the handle.
Okay.
We're wanting to start at about 40% of your maximal heart rate.
Okay.
So it's a nice low intensity to begin with, and then we're going to gradually increase that intensity throughout the next 10 minutes. Ideally, what we're trying to get is about 70% of your maximal heart rate, because that's your training heart rate.
Okay.
The purpose of the warm-up is to bring your resting heart rate up to where you're about to exercise. If you don't quite bring it up high enough, the problem is that you're going to be still at risk of injury. So I'll get you to spin a little bit faster for me now. Okay, so with a warm-up, what we're basically telling the body is that we're about to start exercise. And what you'll notice is that your heart rate will start to speed up. You'll notice that your breathing increases. It gets a little bit faster, a little bit deeper. You should also start to get a little bit of a sweat and a little bit of a puff, and that's fantastic. That's what we want.
Okay.
Okay, we go a little bit faster now. We're almost up to that exercise heart rate, and we're now going to stay here for the remainder of the warm-up. Karen, now that we've finished your warm-up and we've got your exercise heart rate up to that 70% of your maximal heart rate, we're going to go through a number of exercises, so a number of resistance exercises. We identified in your pre-exercise questionnaire that you would be doing an endurance training program, and the sorts of exercise we'll be using will be body weight or low intensity resistance, so about 60% intensity. Each of the sets will be going for 3 sets, 20 repetitions with about 30 seconds rest in between each of those.
Okay.
So these are the exercises we're doing. We'll do a squat, a lunge, a bent over row, a push-up, a bicep curl, a tricep extension, and then a crunch. So I'll take you through those now. All right, so the first exercise we'll be doing is the squat. So we want our feet about shoulder width apart. When we do a squat, try and imagine that you're about to sit back onto a chair.
Okay.
Our knees should track over our toes, and we want to allow our weight to shift backwards. In terms of your hands, it's entirely up to you what you do, whatever is most natural and most comfortable. So as we go down, we literally sit back as if we're about to sit on that chair. We go down as low as we can, and then we come back up. We want to go as far down as we can while maintaining perfect technique and obviously where there's no pain. Okay, so we'll go through again and then coming back up. Now while we're doing this, what I want you to concentrate on is keeping your chin in, your shoulders back and down, bracing through your abdomen and trying to maintain a neutral spine. Okay. So I will check your technique while you do these. Okay. Lovely. Okay, try and keep that weight back on your heels, so I'll get you to go just as far as you can until your heels start to lift up. That's really great. There's no pain in your hips, knees or ankles? No. Fantastic. So we'll do 3 sets, 20 repetitions, and we're aiming for an intensity of about 60% at the end of each of those sets. That's really great. Any questions about that exercise?
No, that's good.
Fantastic. So we're working on developing through the quadriceps, the hamstrings, your glutes, and your calves. Brilliant.
And is that the sort of speed I should be doing? Or?
That's really, really good.
Okay.
You can also do a slight pause when you come down the bottom, just to cut out any momentum. There we go, and then come straight back up.
Yes, I'm not bouncing.
Fantastic, exactly right. Perfect. All right. We'll move on to the next exercise. So the next one is lunge. A lunge is also called a split squat. So you start in the position that you were doing the squat, and then you step your foot forward. Wonderful. Now we're going down to the proposal position, so drop down onto one knee. And what we're looking for is about 90 degrees between, at the front knee, and at the back knee. Mm-hmm. You can put your hands on your hips, your hands out the front, whatever is more comfortable for you. And we're going to stand up, and that's our starting position. Okay, we need to have our weight on our front heel and our back toe. From this position, it's straight down and then straight back up. So remembering our abs are braced, shoulders back and down, chin in, and a neutral spine. So I'll get you to keep going and I'll just check your technique. That looks really, really good. Making sure our knees are tracking our toes. And again, we're working the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the calves. No pain in your knees,
No.
hips, ankles?
No, not at all.
That's wonderful. I'll get you to change legs so I can check both sides. Excellent. All right, that's really, really good, Karen. Very happy with that. So we're going 3 sets on each side, 20 repetitions at about that 60% intensity with 30 seconds rest between each set. Wonderful. All right, you can stop there. Okay, the next exercise is the bent over row. So we'll be using this bar. Feet shoulder width apart. Just have a slight bend in your knees. Remembering, shoulders back and down, bracing through the abdomen, pull your chin in and try and maintain that neutral spine. From here, we bend over at the hips and we're just sort of looking out in front of us. Our hands are at full extension, then you're bringing the bar up to your chest and then back down to full extension. Pull your elbows, keep them in nice and close and pull them up directly behind you. And what you should be feeling is squeezing through the scapula. So we're actually working through our upper back here, but make sure that you are keeping your abdomen tight because that's protecting your lower back. All right. In terms of hand position on the bar, it's entirely up to you where you'd like to have that. Wonderful. If you do, sorry?
Should I be rolling that bar up closer to my chest? If I'm going to my stomach?
Yeah, so up towards sort of chest height. So just, let me have a look at that from this side. Yep, just bring your elbows in. Wonderful. Okay, so bend forward just a little bit more. There you go. Okay, and you should be feeling that squeezing through the scapula.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so no pain in your lower back, no pain in your shoulders or elbows.
No.
Wonderful.
I can feel a difference when I pull my elbows in.
Wonderful. You should feel a greater squeeze as you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 sets, 20 repetitions at an intensity of 60%, and then 30 seconds rest between each of those sets.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'll pop that down. Okay, so our next exercise is, actually, sorry, we're doing the bicep curl, so I'll need the bar back. Okay, so what we have is our hands in what's called a supine position, which just means palms facing out. So feet shoulder width apart, a nice soft bend in your knee. And from this position, we bring the bar straight up to our chest and then bring that back down again. Do have a pause in between the up and down movement and watch out for swinging from the, yeah, absolutely. It just puts a bit of pressure on our lower back and we want to protect that. Okay, keep your elbows in nice and close.
Knees bent, you said?
Yeah, soft bend in the knees. That's fantastic. Keep your shoulders back, chin in, neutral spine, brace through your abdomen. That's perfect. Okay, no problems in your elbows? Wonderful. Good. 20 repetitions, 3 sets at that 60% intensity and keep the rest duration short, so only 30 seconds. Okay, any questions on that?
No, that feels good. You can feel that right in your biceps.
In your biceps, wonderful. Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, pop that over here. Okay, the next exercise that we'll be doing is a tricep extension. You've probably heard it being referred to as a skull crusher in the gym. Okay, so when you're holding onto the dumbbell, you just hold on to the top and you just bring that behind your head, being mindful of bringing it around behind your head. And then from here, what we're doing is we're literally bringing the dumbbell straight up over our head and then bringing that straight back down. Try and keep your elbows in nice and close at the side.
Just straighten your arms.
Straightening your arms straight up, almost like when you're bringing it back down, like you're scratching your back with the dumbbell.
Okay.
Okay? Behind your head, excellent. Fantastic. Keep your elbows in nice and close and then literally just lift your arms straight up. Perfect. Okay, so where you should be feeling that is in your triceps, so the back of the arm. Ensure that you keep your elbows as close to your head as possible, obviously without hitting the dumbbell onto yourself. And as always, keep your chin in, brace your abdomen, try and have a neutral spine. And this one, it's a little bit harder with the shoulder position, but try not to slouch through the upper back. That's fantastic. 20 repetitions, 3 sets, about 60% intensity with only that short rest of 30 seconds in between. That's wonderful. Just a safety consideration, when you're bringing the weight around, just bring that around to the side, and then when you're putting the dumbbell down, if you could just place it on the ground rather than just throwing it on the ground. Thank you. Alrighty. Okay, we've got 2 exercises to go, and they're both on the ground, so we'll do the push-up to begin with. I'll demonstrate it on your knees, and then if you would like to, you can do that on your knees or on your toes, whatever is more comfortable for you. So our hands are now about shoulder width apart at our chest height. Think of this like the base of a triangle, and then where we're looking makes the point of the triangle. So we're looking just above our hands. What we are then going to do is lower our chest directly between our hands, and then all the way to the ground, and then all the way back up. Think of your torso like a plank. So we want that to be straight. We don't want hips dropping down or our backside up in the air. Okay. So straight down and straight back up. I'll get you to have a try. Wonderful. Okay, fantastic. Just make sure your hips are at the right height. That's great. Your elbows and hands are in the right position. Your head's in the right position. Make sure you're bracing through your abdomen. Perfect. Okay, that's fantastic. All right, you can hold that there. So just remembering with the push-up, 20 repetitions, 3 sets, 60% intensity. If you find that on your toes makes it too hard, just drop down onto your knees partway through. Okay, not a problem. Okay, I'll get you to come and lie down on your back here for me. The last exercise we're looking at with your resistance program is a crunch. Mm-hmm. With the crunch, one of the most important things that we need to be mindful of is your lower back. So we want your lower back to be flat on the ground. The easiest way for you to achieve this is to bring your legs up, and that will naturally flatten that out for you. In terms of your hands, you can put them across your chest, you can put them out in front of you, whatever is more comfortable for you. Just be mindful of having them behind your head, because the tendency can be to sort of grab at your neck when you become tired. Okay, you don't need to do a big lift. Mm-hmm. A small lift is fine. So I'll get you to try a few crunches, and just coming up a short distance, perfect, come back down. So as soon as you feel your abs engage, that's as high up as you need to go. Okay. And then come back down again. As with the rest of the program, we're trying to achieve 20 repetitions here, 3 sets. If you're finding that the intensity is too high, just have a few more rest breaks in between. Do you have any?
Just keeping my legs out like that?
Yeah, perfect. You can put your hands across your chest if that's more comfortable for you, or you can reach to your knees or reach beside you. It's really a comfort issue in crunches. All right, that's wonderful. Do you have any questions about that one?
No, that feels good.
That's fantastic. All right, you can sit up. Okay, Karen, just while we're completing the last of your cool down, just remind you about the cardio-respiratory component of the program that we covered a little bit earlier. So with the bike that we're on at the moment, remembering that you want to do an RPE, so rate of perceived exertion, of about 4. You're looking at a heart rate of 70%, and this is a moderate intensity, and we're trying about 15 minutes. The treadmill, we also determined an RPE of about 4, 70% maximal heart rate, also again moderate intensity for another 15 minutes. You indicated that you go for a walk at home, so we've incorporated that into your program. You said that you'll go for about an hour, also at that moderate intensity. Now, to ensure that we meet those physical activity guidelines, we need you to come to the gym and do the treadmill and the bike 3 times, and to also go for that walk once at home, and that reaches your 150 minutes of cardiovascular exercise. So we're going to just slowly bring your heart rate back down. So like in the warm-up, we were gradually increasing your heart rate. Now we're going to go in reverse. So we're going to bring it down from that 70% of your maximal heart rate down to 40%. So we're basically telling your body that we're finishing up. Yeah, and we gradually reduce your heart rate, gradually reduce your breathing, and also really importantly, gradually reduce your blood pressure. We don't want to see that drop too much or too quickly. Okay, now that we've got you down to that 40%, we'll just keep you here for the last few minutes of your 10-minute cool down.
Okay.
Okay, Karen. The last thing that we need to do just to finish off your program today is a bit of a review of what we've covered. I just need to draw your attention to a few things over here. To help you adhere to your program, what I recommend that you do is gradually overload your program. So as you're finding things, particularly with your weights, as they're becoming easier, just gradually increase the resistance. So you can put your equipment up a few kilos at a time rather than increasing the number of sets or repetitions. Other important things are having those frequent rest days. Allow your body that time to recover. And what that'll also help you do is to spread your exercise out throughout the week.
So how many days exercise to when I rest, or just like 3 days exercise and a rest day?
That's a fantastic question. Yeah. What we recommend between weight sessions, because you're doing a full body program, we would encourage you to leave 24 to 48 hours rest. With your cardio program, we're wanting you to come 3 times a week. So if you maybe do something towards the start, again, then towards the middle, and then later towards the week, that should give you enough rest time in between. But listen to your body. If you're sore, allow yourself a little bit more time at home. Start slowly. We can increase the weight as we go. There's no problem with starting nice and light, or with short durations as well. And we do want you to do those small changes frequently, so don't rapidly increase your weight because your body is adjusting to your new program. What I just need to get is a little bit of feedback from you. Were you satisfied with your program? Did you find that it met your expectations?
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. Yeah.
Wonderful. Put a tick next to that. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Did you find that the exercises were suitable for your level of expertise?
Yes. Yeah. And I understood them, and they were easy to follow through.
Wonderful. Excellent. Is there something that we can do to make your program more enjoyable, more specific for you?
I enjoy running. I'd like to incorporate that somehow.
Fantastic.
Even in the warm-up or whatever you suggest.
Okay.
Well, good.
Yeah, well, what we can do is, we'll go back to your program. Where we've got the treadmill here, what we'll do is we'll increase that heart rate from 70% up to 90%, and that'll take you up to a run. That changes your RPE to 4 to 7 on the rate of perceived exertion. And we'll leave it at the 15 minutes now that we're increasing the intensity as well. And you can alternate between running and also walking. Okay?
Yeah, that'd be good.
And you're happy with that adjustment?
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Fantastic. Okay, the last thing is just to remind you about all of the outcomes of your program. So we're doing an endurance training program. You need to do your warm-up to begin with, 5 to 10 minutes, gradually increasing the intensity. You're aiming for 2 endurance sessions per week, 24 to 48 hours rest between each session. When you're doing your cardiovascular program, we need you to come and do the treadmill and the bike 3 times a week, and you're walking at home once a week, and that reaches the physical activity guidelines. Make sure that you also do that cool down. So 5 to 10 minutes, gradually reducing your exercise heart rate back down to a resting heart rate.
Okay, wonderful.
Do you have any questions?
No, that's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank
That's
you.
wonderful, Karen.
Thank you.